Smackdown 10-03 is in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the Bradley Center.
Wisconsin.
So here's the deal. I quit doing this at the end of 2003. So in 2004, I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
But from the start of Alpha Entertainment Worldwide until 2004, or the end of 03, beginning of 04, I would brand every month. So because there were just certain themes that I would hit on. And so the theme of this show is World Breaker Back on Top. We open the show with an undefeated quartet of wrestlers, that being Saren Moore, Hurricane Helms, Toa Reigns, and Jamie Noble.
And they do be getting them W's.
Yes. So, Jamie is not here with his crew. He has other engagements tonight.
Okay.
The trio of Reigns, Helms, and Moore, who have not been defeated since coming together as a unit, are challenging the newly crowned Best First Generation. Lance Storm, Scott Steiner, and Booker T.
What a squad.
And so, the reason this is so monumental is not just because the hero faction is undefeated, but because the Best First Generation, like I said, they're not just new at being champions, they're kind of new at being together. Booker has been scouting Lance for quite some time, but Scott finally made it happen recently,
Exactly.
the coming together.
And it takes a while to get that chemistry going, especially on a new team.
Well, here's the other funny thing. Sometimes, oftentimes, actually, I thought this was a bad trope of total nonstop action wrestling for a little while. And I say that,
Which one
I say that I'm about to do it myself, but the idea of good people being corrupted by championships. They had a constant...
They did do that a lot, yeah.
Constant thing where it's like, oh, good guy becomes champion, now he's a bad guy.
Now he's ill.
So I have...
Yeah, Christian stood out to me
Yeah,
tremendously in that.
absolutely.
In that trope.
So I have Lance Storm pin Saren Moore after a beautiful super kick to the face, but Lance has a little bit of a questioning of his own abilities and puts his feet on the rope for extra leverage to ensure that his Best First Generation group maintain the titles.
We did it.
And the interesting...
I only cheated a little bit.
Yeah, the interesting thing to me is Scott and Booker, they just let it go. They're like, hey...
Well, yeah, Scott and Booker, they don't care.
It's like champions are champions.
Especially Scott, he really doesn't. He's probably flexing him. He didn't even see it.
Yeah, exactly. And so my point is, it's not a big time cheat. It's not a low blow. It's not a chair shot.
It's nothing revolutionary.
It's almost just a little extra. It's like, let's make sure we got
put
this.
a little stink on it.
After Koinonis have their first loss, we roll a package highlighting the match that wasn't between Mark Henry and The Undertaker almost a year ago, when Mark got
Infamously
an injury working out in preparation for the
match.
And so the package isn't a highlight of the match that didn't happen, but all the things that led up to what was almost a match.
All the prep, all the work, all the promotion at the time.
And then the idea that Mark came back, he then lost the title because of a ring implosion.
Yep.
Undertaker then goes on top. All of the events, if you will.
I'm about to say everything leading up to this is basically previously on.
Previously on, exactly. So after that package, we have the entrance of Federation, that being Sylvan, Nunzio, and Dupree.
Again, I'm amazed you can say that.
These three men, well, I won't have to for much longer. So these three men, they come out, and they want to make up for the fact that they lost the Team Extreme Tornado Championships at Day of Reckoning 2. And
Electric Boogaloo.
And so Sylvan stays in ring as Nunzio and Dupree step out of the ring.
Mm-hmm.
And out comes Bill Goldberg.
That's the wrong way to fix your problems.
Well, you're correct. This is not the way to get back on your winning ways. So, Bill makes his entrance. And while he's standing
menacingly
at or below the fist, with the pyro and the lights and the pomp and circumstance, and he's breathing in the fire, and he snorts out the smoke like he does.
That was cool.
It was very cool. We hear Taz and Michael Cole quite surprised because Goldberg has a fan watching on.
I thought you were going to stop it there. Goldberg has a fan.
While he's doing the intake of the pyro, we see Goldust enjoying the moment with him.
That's actually great. That's wonderful.
And so Bill doesn't even realize that he has a fan watching on.
That's awesome.
So as Bill makes his way out to the ring and into the ring and all of the stuff, Goldust, he's just acting like he's a part of this show.
That's awesome.
And so Bill is in ring doing what he does. Thrusts, kicks, and spears, and
jackhammers, and 1-2-3s, and
gorilla press, all the stuff, right?
Who's next?
Sylvan is taking every bit of Bill's offense. I say this because two things. One,
Goldberg's dangerous.
Well, you might not want to use that word because Sylvan gets injured tonight.
Ah, damn, that was the wrong time.
But the reason I say that Sylvan is taking all of Goldberg's offense is because Goldust is on the outside, giving Nunzio and Dupree all of his offense. So he hits Nunzio with the Shattered Dreams down the outside, and he drops to his back and hits the uppercut on Dupree, or does all his gimmicks, right?
I'm think of the mechanics there for the Shattered Dreams and that.
Well,
we can get two chairs.
Yeah, exactly. It's however it needs to be done.
However we get it there.
And so, after Bill wins his match, Dustin gets in the ring. Mind you, he came out full entrance gear, all of it.
Yeah, full
wig, everything.
He's doing it.
And so, while Bill is in the ring celebrating, Goldust slides in, and he hugs him, and he's raising his hand.
We did it!
And we did it, exactly. And so, in the ring, Goldust puts his wig on Bill Goldberg's head, just like he did in Raw real life, but in the backstage area.
Yep, I do remember that.
And so I do this because it's like, well, it pops me, right?
Yeah, I'm about to say it was funny.
And it's a way for everybody to know Goldust has a new home here on Smackdown. So, after that really fun segment,
yes, happiness and sunshine galore,
we air a hype package for what is being called Masters of Discipline.
Ooh, okay.
So, this package that plays, and it says, Masters of Discipline. It shows off different styles of mixed martial arts. And traditional Asian culture, if you will.
Okay.
And
now we're talking like all Asian culture?
A fight culture, if you will.
Okay.
Like karate or
Muay Thai.
Yeah, all the different genres.
Okay, different
disciplines. There we go. And so that's why when the graphic pops up of Masters of Discipline, it's in reference to kung fu and the like.
Okay. Nifty. I like that.
And so it doesn't reveal who are the Masters of Discipline.
Right.
It's
just warming the crowd up.
Exactly. Letting you know something's happening here.
Something's cooking on the stove.
Yes. Thank you for being here at Mr. Super Oz. This video is going out, and this channel only exists because I, Oz, founded Gamble Comics, which first release was Everlasting Survivors, a 68-page graphic novel called All Day Long. Available now. Follow the link in the description that will take you to gamblecomics.com. While there, you can get hats, shirts, posters, much, much more, but most importantly, the story itself. We see Eddie, Ray, and Chavo fighting backstage with XL Factor. So
some big bodies, all right.
Exactly. So Chavo, who is freshly returned,
nice.
Ray and Eddie, who have been doing big work,
been
are all in the back, just doing what they do,
Knucking
throwing hands, doing the cool stuff.
Yeah, about to do
Basically,
the
right?
fights.
So Nunzio bumps into Vince McMahon,
Nunzio.
and he wants a handicap match.
What?
Him and Dupree versus Goldust.
Oh, that's okay.
And so he wants revenge for what Dustin had done while Sylvan was in ring with Bill Goldberg.
Makes sense.
And Vince is always down for a little underhanded.
Down the clown.
Yeah, he's a big fan of the idea of bad guys doing bad guy things. So
Makes sense.
Vince gives the green light because there is no Stephanie. She quit.
Yeah.
So last week, after the pay-per-view, Spike Dudley, he lost the Cruiserweight title to Billy Kidman because the LLC, they just are bad, they're nefarious, they're terrible.
The villains.
Villains, exactly. So Spike is attempting to get back
what is rightfully his.
Well, I was going to say to winning ways.
Oh, even that.
And so he's not going at it against a champion or even a villain. He's going at it one-on-one, nice and clean with Zach Gowen because underdog respects underdog and acknowledges hard times, if you will.
It's a dog-on-dog action.
When these two guys go at it, it's good guy and good guy. It's babyface, babyface.
Yep.
It's both of them doing everything they do well. Gowen with his drop kick, moonsault, headlocks, all the stuff that he's good at. And Spike, he isn't used to being the bigger fellow. He isn't used to being
the larger competitor.
Exactly.
The powerhouse, if you will.
And so he's almost struggling just to be in command.
Mm-hmm.
And so he gets a shocking roll-up loss from Zach Gowen. And Spike, he's very mad at himself. Not Gowen. Gowen did the right thing.
I'm about to say he did his job.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, not the job, but a job.
Exactly. And so, because the seeds have been planted that Spike is not comfortable with the way things have been or are going, I continue that track, but he doesn't do anything nefarious. He's just mad at himself. The backstage fight between XL Factor and Tres Hombre Dominio makes its way to the ringside area, and Vince he pops up on the Tron and he says, "Ha ha ha ha, that's awesome. Get a referee out there, ring the bell."
Jesus Christ.
And so it is a trios match, but it's a traditional tag match. It's not the false count anywhere gimmick.
I was about to say, not tornado style rules.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
And so after they go at it for quite some time, Ray trips A-Train. He falls into the rope.
I know where this is going.
Ray bounces off, 619. He tags in Eddie. Eddie hits a frog splash.
Nice.
And then Eddie, who is still Intercontinental Champion, he tags in Chavo, who then comes in, hits, I'm going to say he hits one brainbuster, not three amigos, but he picks up A-Train, hits one brainbuster.
I really need to see that visual.
I know, right? And Chavo wins for his team because, again, he's on the return and he needs it.
He's
more.
on the up. He needs that W more than anyone else.
And so,
love to see it.
And so the babyfaces go over in this match, and up next is, as requested by Nunzio and Dupree versus Goldust. So, during the match, the Iron Addicts come out and they boast and they flex and they're just being annoying, basically, right? They're almost Goldust to Goldberg, or to Goldust what Goldust was to Goldberg, an annoyance, if you will.
I got you.
But it doesn't stop Goldust from winning. As a matter of fact, their presence actually distracts the referee long enough for Goldust to do all his things he needs to do behind the ref's back and end up winning the match.
What a brilliant man that Goldust.
I just thought that was a fun way to get
can't
the
think of a better debut.
In our main event, The Undertaker takes on Mark Henry, and Mark wins the television championship.
Break the world.
Well, he retains the championship because last week he won it after.
Right, yeah, okay.
Day of Reckoning.
Yeah, Day of Reckoning. Yeah, I remember.
And so because last week was nothing but good and clean and pure, and it was a positive match. After Mark wins here, walks away with the title, but post-match, the XL Factor, who had, well, they've had a rough night, we'll say.
About to say, not the best showing.
They come out with Vince McMahon in tow, but before any of them can get into the ring, The Undertaker is attacked from behind by a debuting John Heidenreich.
Wow.
Who is now the newest member.
Another big body.
Exactly. I know that this isn't even the final formation of the group.
I'm about to say, this isn't even their final form.
Exactly.
Final
So,
level.
the show ends with...
Man, they're having people like the Judgment Day out here.
I know, right? So, the show ends with Vince, The Big Show, A-Train, Nathan Jones, and John Heidenreich all
What a squad.
standing.
Actually, this is Vince's wet dream. Never mind.
I know, right? This is exactly what he sees wrestling as. In the process of John attacking The Undertaker, Chuck Palumbo tries to make his way out, but he gets assaulted by the three guys, and Vince puts some boots on him too.
No, of course.
Because why not?
Gotta get his licks in.
The show ends on a down note, which is why I have so many fun and positive...
Goofy moments.
Exactly. Because sometimes the villains do have to come out on top,
Yeah.
and sometimes people do get corrupted, Lance. But I did want to have a lot of positives to counterbalance the negatives.
And that's why I like good booking, honest. Because me, I would have just been miserable all the way through, or happy all the way through.
I did that once on a Christmas episode, and I just felt a little dirty.
Okay, for Christmas, that's no bro.
I was like, oh, that's my bad. So I try and balance it out.
Okay. It's a fun show.
Yeah, and here's the other thing. I know that October starts strong, and it also ends strong. Now, in the middle, there's a lot of good stuff, too. But
I was about to say, stuff happens, but
like
we start in the end.
Oh, top quality stuff in October.
It's going to be great. Stay
Appreciate
tuned.
you